Thanks, guys. Here we are. It's Jared and Martin.
Motherfucker.
Damn. That shit.
Party foul.
Okay.
Mr. J.
Guys, we have some beers that have been dropped.
Party foul.
Here's my beer right over here. I've got, today we're sponsored by the beautiful Hollandia Premium. 11.2 ounce. What's going on, baby?
But we're not really sponsored, but we're also sponsored by Baja Blast.
That's right. I'm about to put the QuickTime player on here, and we're gonna bring up
King Tech. Link is in the description.
We're about to bring up the chart for you here. Give me 10 seconds, guys, and I'll get this together for you. Here we go. So, I mean, today, what's today, guys? Friday, June 5th. I haven't been exactly following the stock market this week. I've just been following Bitcoin and crypto. Just been following these nuts, of course, according to our good man DJ. Here we go.
I'm Couch Man. I'm not DJ. What are you talking about?
You
Couch
have any
Man.
towels anywhere?
DJ the Couch Man.
Bro.
Do you have any towels anywhere? We can just edit this shit.
Do I have any towels anywhere?
Yeah. So I can like
Jizz,
just clean
bro.
whatever this fucking bullshit is. I don't want to use that like blanket.
Where's the... They didn't give me any fucking shit with my fucking Taco Bell.
I don't think so. They just gave you the box, right?
That's best. Yeah, I've got this right here.
What is that, bro?
What the fuck is
It's
that?
napkins, dude.
That's it?
What the fuck else am I supposed to give him? Like
I
my
heard
fucking
what that
soul?
sounded like. That sounded like he has a whole puddle over there.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, no, it was just
Got like a little bit of a puddle.
because I had this shit in my trunk.
You know, a little puddle action going on.
Okay, little puddle action.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's all. It starts off as a puddle and then she leaves her boyfriend, man.
Whoa,
Yeah, exactly.
God, dude.
Shit just got real fast, Bob.
Did you have like half a black and mild over here or what? What is this?
Bro, I don't know where that's from, to be honest with you. Martin stole it.
I didn't steal anything, guys. I'm just doing my thing over here. Know how it is.
Yeah, so what chart did you pull up here? What is this? Silver? Contracts? What is this?
It's this is just what I normally am looking at. I don't know if you guys know, but I follow silver, gold, Bitcoin, SPY, Apple, Tesla. You know, in the crypto stuff, I have a couple different coins that I follow, but you know, it's not everything exactly.
Now, just so you all know, anything you'll see on this channel is not investment advice. We're just two guys on YouTube that like looking at charts.
Exactly.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Okay, cool, guys. So we're about to go into the screen recording here. So we will see you guys in a bit. Thank you. Okay, guys, here we are on the CFDs on silver. That's the contract for difference on silver. I'm looking at it through the Heiken Ashi candles. They kind of help me tell like where the momentum's going, stuff like that a little better. Let me put the normal candles on this thing.
What's this on? The weekly, the daily? What's this? What are we looking at here?
This is the I think this is the daily right now. So I've already got a couple lines here, guys. These blue lines right here are horizontal resistance, and these diagonal lines here are trend lines that I've been following for a while. For example, if you zoom out on this, and maybe we'll go to the weekly view, you can tell that the... Oh, by the way, guys, I'm in log. I'm in log right here, so I'm in logarithmic view. You can tell that silver's broken out of this. It's kind of bouncing up on this trend line that it had. It was kind of like wedging out in this sort of trend line here with these like bottom support.
Yeah.
And it had broken out. Now it seems like it's bouncing on top of this thing, and I'm pretty much waiting to see if it gets caught between these two blue lines at 17 and 16. If it gets anywhere around this range above 18 and bounces off this 18 area, I'm ready to see silver hit anywhere between $20 a fucking ounce, which it's already hitting that on the actual physical markets right now, because I mean, I've never seen the price this divorced from reality. Usually spot is only within like a dollar or two off of like what the price is, a couple percentage, maybe 10-15% pops. But this is a lot. I mean, for now, right now, I've seen, okay, for example, right now, this number is at 17 and a half. I've seen an ad for Atmex, I think it was Maple Leafs, going for about $22. $22 right now. I barely even started this wedging pattern like at $22. So, am I looking for silver to trend up higher? Not exactly. I'm looking for it to maybe get stuck between those lines, and I'm waiting to see what the price action is if it breaks up or out of either of these lines, because this is basically my box of indecision. So once it gets above here and stays above here, once it gets below here, stays below here, I'm looking for it to either rip up or rip down. If it rips down and it's not, and it can't break through, and it breaks through this support line. If it bounces off this from lower, and it can't make it back up, I don't really know what to say.
Well, it looks like this would probably be a strong resistance right here. What was that wick down? It probably filled some sort of gap over here at 12. 10.
Yeah, I mean, this is super long term, guys. I mean, you got to admit, like, I'm looking out into 2023 here. So, I mean, for the short term, let's go back to the daily on this thing. For the short term, guys, it looks like it might be bouncing off this area. If it can hold this area, that would be great. If it comes back down in this area, I'm probably going to accumulate a little more because I'm expecting it to bounce off 16. But
I think with all the money that they're printing, there's trillions of dollars, and they're about to print trillions more in July. What was that? Maybe we could pull up that article. There's definitely they're planning on printing trillions more dollars in July.
I mean, you guys, you can look up any article at all. Let's look at BTC real quick. BTC, sorry guys, my chart for BTC is real ugly. Let's look at this chart. This chart's a little better. Let's ignore that stuff over there.
Regardless, silver's way undervalued, man. Way undervalued. If gold is $1,700 and the amount of uses silver has, it's most likely going to pop. That's just going to be at least 100 an ounce within the next 2 to 3 years, I think.
I mean, we'll see.
Just with what was it, 2010 alone, it went to 30 an ounce.
What,
Probably
BTC?
No, it's silver, dude. I think it was 2012. It was 30 an ounce, man.
I mean, 2012. Yeah, it was 50 an ounce around 2012.
Jesus fucking Christ.
2011. Yeah, 2011 went up to $50. Yeah, but I mean, if you look at this thing long term,
it hasn't even peaked, man.
It's basically, I feel like this thing is just getting started, man.
It's just getting started.
Let's look at this on the monthly.
That's why I think we should look at EXK, Endeavor Silver. Really good cheap miner. for you guys on Robinhood. It's about just peaking over $2. Once that shit hits $5 and institutions start buying in, that's gonna be the stock.
Endeavor Silver. So you like Endeavor?
Yeah, man.
What makes this different than other silver miner stocks to you?
Well, which other ones are you thinking about? Like PAAS, or Core.
I mean, let me look at this right now.
I mean, they're all good. You know what I mean? But they're just it's just a smaller cap. They're a smaller cap, so even though there's more risk, there's more reward. That's mainly the reason. There's probably more.
Oh, by the way, guys, as long as we're talking about, I know that I want to talk about silver, but as long as we're talking about smaller cap shit, I wanted to talk about this, the Russell 2000 index.
Small caps, yeah, dude. Yeah.
I'm seriously considering shorting this right now.
I think you should put up the Bollinger Bands, man.
This looks exactly like the SPY looked right before it tanked. Okay? So, I don't know about you guys, but with everything that's going on, with all the looting and rioting and stuff like that, people not wanting to go out and shop, people wanting to go out and shop, but being too afraid to go out and shop because of the coronavirus and whatnot. Also, because of the fact that it's high unemployment right now. I do not believe that the Russell 2000 should be at this valuation. It's basically at one of the highest valuations it's ever been at. I could totally see this being like a triple top area. If it comes back up to 16.5, anywhere around 16, anywhere past 16, I see this turning into a triple top. Now, if this negates a triple top scenario and it bounces on the 1777, 1770, 1700 area and continues, I would get bullish. If it's on low volume, or it has a lot of other indicators that are contradictory, I probably wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. However, right now, let's look at this Bollinger Band. Where's this Bollinger Band at?
Well, it looked like it wicked right at that resistance point. I don't know what's going on there. Is this on the weekly?
This is on the daily.
Yeah, that's way out of, it's right at the top of the Bollinger, dude. That's going to fucking come down.
Yeah, I see this coming back down.
That's a definite short.
I could see this ripping up maybe to like 1600 max.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, I can't ever say anything like max, but if it passes 1600, I see it 16.
This gap right here, if you can go to that right here, that gap. So it just filled that gap. So that's it filled that gap, and now it came up a little bit, and now it's overbought at that Bollinger. No, you already passed it. You're already there. You went to the gap. Now, I don't know. Let's see if there's any other gaps. Right here, dude. That's a gap. Right here. So it's got to fill this. Gap. It's got to fill this gap at 1280, 1277.
Yeah, I don't see this going any higher than 1650,
and then there's this other gap here. It kind of filled it a little bit already, though, but there might be a different gap further back. It already kind of filled this gap here, there, but it definitely looks like there's a gap at this 1270. So anybody who's bearish, all you bears out there, that it's probably going to reach that gap.
It may be a good time to keep an eye on the Russell 2000, in my opinion. You know,
you look at the IWM. That's like the ETF for that, right? For the Russell.
What is IWM?
I'm pretty sure it's the Russell ETF. Yeah, it's the.
Wait, what? I never knew about this. What is this?
That's literally the ETF for the Russell, dude. Look at that. Fucking, there's a gap fucking there. There's a gap right there. There's a gap right fucking
There's one
there.
right here. There's a huge gap
That's
right
what.
here.
That's literally what we were just saying. It's pretty much like 10 times. So like if that was 1,220, that's 122. So that's like, you know what I mean. So it shows.
Look
the
at
gaps
the lines here on these moving averages.
Super overbought, dude. It's above the Bollinger, man. I like looking at the ETFs, but it does look like there is this gap right here. What's this gap at the top? Right here?
Yeah, like I said, I see it coming up. Oh, look, these are the same type of numbers.
Yeah, dude.
I see it hitting 16, 1630, maybe top 1650, and I see it retracing after that.
That's exactly what this chart's showing you right now, because it's showing you that there's these gaps, man. There's this gap that has to get filled at the top, and then it's gonna fucking tank.
Let's put the MACD on here. Look, MACD showing like some sort of like
Yeah, the bulls are in control right now. The bulls are in control. They're gonna push this shit up to 1640.
The momentum on the MACD is not exactly.
It's a little bit diverging. Yeah, I mean, there's not like a lot of volume compared to like here, right?
All right, what else are we gonna throw on this, Jared?
I like the relative strength index. You gotta maybe take some.
Oh my
shit off.
God!
I would take off all the bands.
Taking
Just
off
keep the
MACD.
Bollinger. I would keep the Bollinger, and I would get rid of the other
MACD.
bands.
It's just hard to reprogram these bands.
Oh,
It's just annoying.
right. So.
Oh my God, guys! Look at this. It's right on the line for overbought. It's right about to get into bullish territory. Every time it's gone into bullish territory here, overbought bullish territory, where it's had a chance to bounce off this line and stay in this bullish control zone, it's been rejected, guys. What do you expect to happen this time? If this thing peaks its head over here, I'm taking a freaking short. That's what I'm doing. I'm not even expecting it to hit 1650 at the
What you want to do is look at this.
More improbable.
What is this? What is this wick right there? That green wick at that candle. 162. If the Russell hits 1,620 and this IWM hits 162, that's your time to start buying shorts. In my opinion,
That's my very low risk. You know what I mean? High percentage reward area.
The people
If
buying
it comes back down to here just to test this 95 area, you've already made a huge gain. That's like, what is that? That's a huge percentage gain. Let's look at what this is. Right.
I mean, if you're buying dollar puts, man, that shit goes to 13. I mean, you're sitting pretty.
I mean, yeah, that would be great. Guys, if it even comes back and tests this, this
it doesn't even have to go that deep. If it goes to fill this gap, bro, you're making at least 10K. Nice short trade.
Look at this. This area of confluence right here, if it even comes to hit this area of confluence, it's a nice, juicy 20%. This area of confluence right here, 15. This area of confluence, 10. And that's just from where we are at right now. Even if I just got a 6% and it came back down to this area right here where this gap, you know what I mean, where this gap kind of like began at right here and where this area of confluence is, you know, between like this candle wick area right here. Big hit anywhere between this area that's between 6 and 8%. That would be great. And that's if it comes up higher. What else are you looking at, Jared? I know that you said Juan, our friend Juan, was telling us.
So yeah, I don't know if you all that might be watching this video here have ever heard of this GNUS. Well, our friend Juan mentioned this stock to me, and I looked into the company a little bit, and there was a massive pump of this stock. This thing went from 30 cents, about to get delisted, and shot up to $11.
What's the ticker for this?
GNUS, Genius Brands.
Okay. I've never heard of this. What is this?
So this company...
It's like a Beyond Meat?
No, this company is making a kids Netflix on Amazon and is partnering with Mattel to make toys for its girls' kids show Rainbow Rangers. already in my head, I'm thinking they're probably going to get sued by Saban Brands because it's so close to Power Rangers. But maybe not. That's just a theory, but that has nothing to do with any of this. If you look at the fundamentals...
Look at this, guys. It's kind of bouncing off into this bullish control zone. You think it's going to get rejected?
It already did. It went from 11 and shot back down to 6. There's 2 gaps to fill on the daily.
Look at this. The last time it got in this area, it dipped down for some accumulation, and then it kind of went back up.
Right, but then look at the longer term trend. It went into a deep bear trend. That shit was... Look at that. It went to 20 cents. But anyway, this stock was about to get delisted.
Yeah, what is this? Like
and
a counter trend
This
reaction?
is a huge pump and dump from this Facebook group of Robinhood buyers. Anyway, so zoom in, and if you look at this daily, this is a good time. Obviously, on Robinhood, they don't support trading options on this, but when I was looking at that and it went from $11, there's gaps to be filled. It hit this gap, it looks like, at this 5... What is this? Did it hit that? Did it wick down to that? Go down to that. It hit the 420 gap then. I must have missed that. So it hit that gap, but there's another gap down here at 280, 240. Right down here. So my gut's telling me this shit's going back to at least to $2. If you plan on buying, I wouldn't buy anywhere under until it hits 240. And then I would be very... Why would you buy there?
I
would be very cautious.
What's your rationale behind that?
I'm saying if they believe in this company and they think it's going to go up because they're partnered with Mattel, I'm not going to say that they're wrong. You know what I mean?
So what you think?
To me, I'm just saying as a short term short trade, I would trade it from here down to the 240. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's where the next gap is. Too.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, as far as that, anything else,
and you have this like little wickish area.
If
right
people
here.
are really bullish in this stock, if they truly are bullish, or is this all hype? To me, this looks like a sell the new, buy the hype, sell the news type of thing.
So they've already bought the hype here.
Exactly.
They've been buying the hype. Oh, look at this! I would like to get in on it here.
It was about to get delisted. I'm telling you, and then it was about to get delisted. So the people that bought this...
And then they were like, wait, we have this news. And then it went back up. Is that what happened?
They partnered with Mattel to make these toys, and now they're partnered with Amazon Prime and Apple TV to have their show on it. Right? With this Rainbow Rangers kids show. But in reality, do you really think this is an $11 stock when there's...
Zero
companies
like coming in.
There's companies with oil tankers that have real assets behind them. Like all they really are doing is licensing a TV show. Like, and it's a little girl's TV show. Do you really think that?
It's just marketed towards like.
I mean, they're trying to make like a kids Netflix that's like, okay.
But is it?
That's what I'm saying. If they believe in it,
is it like specifically targeted towards like?
If you look at the TV show, it's called Rainbow Rangers, and it's like a girls' TV show, right? So
okay, so it's like a girls.
Maybe people will buy those toys. I'm not trying to sit here and say, hey, look, this company sucks.
The stochastics are pointing down on the daily. Stochastics are about to roll over on the weekly. Pointing up on the monthly. However, we've seen here before that they've kind of turned around with only really one big kind of pump here, which didn't even really correlate with any like positive price action, at least insofar as the price action right before it was.
All you have to see is it's way out of the Bollinger Bands. This isn't real.
Wow, it's way out of the Bollinger Bands on the monthly, way out of the Bollinger Bands on the weekly.
This is a short, plain and simple.
Here? It's out of the Bollinger. It's just rolling over on the Bollinger Bands on the daily.
Because it passed the 11. When it was at that 11 on I want to say Thursday morning, and that's when I told our friend Juan, I said, this shit, there's 2 gaps that's got to fill, and then what did it do that same fucking day? Excuse my French, all you viewers. I'm sorry to your mom watching this behind you.
I know she's trying to get in on the hot stocks. What's up? Yeah.
To all you 13-year-old traders out there.
Oh my god. Yeah, well, I mean, you guys know what's up. Can't say anything about that.
Jesus. I mean, it's gonna come down back to 240. This is a pump and dump, plain and simple. This is like what we saw 2017 crypto. This
Wow. Even if this is some serious stuff right here.
It's so easily manipulated. The amount. That's why I thought this would be interesting to show your viewers, because I think this is just such a crazy stock that it's really funny to look at, and there's a lot of action going on.
Guys, let's look at this. Let's look at this just with volume, just with where is the volume? Wow, there's like literally 0 volume on this right now. Just now, and let's look at the daily volume here. Wow, there's literally like almost no liquidity here. There's no trading activity here. Just now, people are starting to get trading activity. This actually might be a huge pump. This might be the beginning of a huge pump. What if this is as far as the accumulation is going to go?
No, listen, this is what I'm saying. It's going to come down to this gap here at 240.
Oh, is that what you think? Because I was thinking starting to buy in at 279.
Right. Well, what I'm saying,
if it goes down to 220 even,
right?
206.
There's a couple gaps.
But
so here's the thing: there's no gaps under there. So that's the real thing. You have to see if there's going to be resistance. That's why I'm not saying, hey, you can't accumulate at those levels. You know, if you believe in it, right?
If you look
but
at
what I'm saying is, from a short trade, if you're able to short this stock somehow, obviously you can on Robinhood.
I mean, honestly, like, look at even this. What is this, like 6, 7, like straight green candles, with 3 of them being huge green candles?
It's huge moves, daily huge moves. If
yeah, look at this. 8.
It went from freaking 11 to 6 in a day, and then back to 8 again. You could have done 2 trades.
This could be a reversal pattern, bro.
On the same.
What if this is a reversal pattern right here?
The thing is, this is
something similar right here.
This is all
similar.
No, but
is this like a fractal right here?
The difference is that this is based on news. All of this is based on hype news. And how much is that really going to benefit when this company is already not profitable at the moment, right? So this, if we're talking about straight up fundamentals here, and the fact that this is based solely on, you got to look at the company, you guys. You got to look at the company and think, do I believe in this company? Do I think there's really going to be a lot of potential for what they're doing? How many people do you think are going to buy Mattel toys of Rainbow Rangers? Do you think it's going to be worth more than, say, a stock like NAT that has actual oil tankers holding oil and they're only priced at $4.74, which is this is well above earnings. This is overbought, plain and simple, in my opinion. And this thing's coming down. And can it go back up depending on the success of the television show and the success of the toy sales? Absolutely. So I'm not saying don't buy it when it goes down to these levels, but I'm not a financial advisor. So, but I'm saying it could be a potential short trade, and it looks very likely that it's going to fill those gaps. But I'm not telling you what to do with your money. So you guys do whatever you want to do with your money.
So look, I feel like this is kind of like I feel like what's happening right now here with this area is a fractal of what's happening here.
So in that time period,
this time period right here, guys.
And what did it do? It ended up just in a bear trend after.
It ended up in a bear trend after. So, for example, if we kind of like overlay this over here, this is on a log chart, guys. That's why it looks so crazy when I'm like adjusting this. So, for example, what if this is similar to, for example, because right here, you already had it at a higher price. You already had it at a higher price, so then it went back up.
I don't think this is going down.
you had it
Under
going
a
from high to
dollar.
low. So what if this comes back to an equilibrium somewhere around like
That makes
here,
sense.
this area at least, like somewhere to
No, I think
closer to this gap,
right where that
maybe
right
150,
right
closer in the median between this price and this lower price. You know what I mean? Even if it
that
got
would
to the
make sense,
medium, it would
because
get to 175, something like
with
that.
their partnerships, I don't think they'll be delisted. I don't think it'll go under $1 again. Maybe it will briefly, but it's not going to trade under $1 for them to get delisted, since they traded above that for 10 consecutive days. Do I think that it's going to go to the moon to $150 or something? No, probably not.
Yo,
Can it get
when you
pumped
look
up
at
to
this not in a log chart,
1 to
guys,
10
this
again?
looks like a
Maybe.
total pump and dump.
This is
This looks like a complete shit coin right now. Guys, honestly, we're like in Bitcoin world when you look at this without a log. And I know that I always look at stuff through a log, and I probably should look at it. This is just ridiculous, incredible. This looks worse than the VIX to me. Let's move on to the VIX.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay, guys, the VIX looks stronger. The VIX looks stronger to me. The VIX looks stronger to me than this other whatever it was we were just looking at.
Fucking GNUS.
Yeah. I mean, I would be afraid to say that it would look better than TVIX, though.
Dude,
don't think
Tvix is at
and
10
nothing
per
looks like
share,
that.
man. It's
Oh, whoa.
It's like
getting
before
close
the
here.
split. That's what I'm saying. And there's a gap. There was a gap if you go zoom in. If you can go to the daily.
Can you
or
believe
whatever
it was like this much before? How much was it? Like $666?
the
back then?
amount of splits, man? Yeah.
So, guys, do you think we're going to split again before we have another pump here? Because,
no.
you know, like based on this, honestly, it looks like it's kind of rounding out, right?
Does it looks like maybe there's 2 pumps per thing, and then they split it every single time. Isn't that what it looks like?
Yeah.
There's always 2 pumps,
It's
and
like
then they
2
split
pumps,
it.
and then it like goes into the pits of hell.
Yeah.
So is this
The second pump. Of
is
glory.
this the second pump that just happened, or was this the second pump that happened and then it split?
No, there was 2
split right
pumps.
here, right? And
There was
in
2
late
pumps,
2019, it split.
Yeah.
So this is the first split.
Right,
This
that's
is the
the
first
first.
pump after the split.
Right.
So guys, what if we only come back down to about $2 here?
Now here's the difference, though, because this could be a serious
Oh wait,
reversal.
never mind. Yo, this is 0 right here. This is 0. So
What are you on
the
right now?
lowest it ever got
Daily or
to
the
38. I remember when it hit 38. This is the last time that me
$3.
and Jared had like a serious meeting. It was okay. The last time we had a serious meeting was right here, I think, mid-May. But before that, guys, before this whole coronavirus thing, this is when we had the meeting. Like,
That was before I went
guys,
to
that
Turkey.
was insane.
That was before I went to Turkey.
That was insane.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember. Okay, guys. By the way, like, if your stock's doing really well, just don't fucking sell it. Put like a stop order on it. Because you will always want to sell early, just because you want to know that you were right. You want to lock in those gains. Now, what I'm gonna start to tell myself after what I experienced here, because I literally had bought it around maybe this area.
yeah, that was about where we
And
bought it.
yeah,
back here.
we started
Okay.
buying in like right here. We
No,
were
I was
buying
at
in,
20.
Like,
I
full
was
time.
averaging, I think, 13. But so I think I started
Yo,
buying
we
it
were
like
averaged
19.
in, and then this is basically
Yeah.
like when I stopped buying, and somewhere around here I sold maybe like 1 or 2, and I think I might have bought in like 1 more around here, and after
Fucking
that,
$4, dude.
yo,
Shit.
no, it was $38.
No, but that was because the split. It was really $4.
Right. Oh yeah, it was $4
It was 10
really,
to 1.
but it was 38 like on paper. So anyway, guys, it ran up to this like about 150 point right here. That's when I started selling. I started selling from 150. I don't even think I even hit 200 when I was selling because I was so eager to get out of this thing. If I had held on to this, I would have made $1,000 a fucking share. I could have. I probably would have sold around 700 probably because I would have seen it go up that far and go back down to 7. I probably would have gotten scared and sold out.
Now that depends whether or not Robinhood, if you're using Robinhood out there,
okay,
would have let you.
Look,
because
honestly,
they
guys,
crash,
like
right?
these first couple days right here, these first couple days where this thing was pumping hard, I was so ready to sell. I kind of felt like Robinhood had my back, like after like the whole first week that this price action was happening and the sell-off was happening, because otherwise I probably would have sold even earlier. I'm one of those people that likes to lock in gains. I like to know that I'm right. I like to know that I made a right decision. Even though it might not be like a profitable position for me to sell at. And that, I think, is like a psychological barrier that I need to overcome. I don't know if it happens to you guys or not, but just look at what I would have done with my time if I would have held on. I would have made it, even if I had only gone to wherever this top of this red candle is, that's $700. I had multiple of this share, guys. I had multiples of this share. This could have been life-changing money for me, at least life-changing for the year 2020, you know.
I mean, I sold half of mine.
Yeah,
I sold half of mine at break even at 135.
Yeah, exactly.
But the other half I sold at 350, which I wasn't sure they were going to let it, because the amount of money that they pump every single time it tries to dip, I wasn't sure they were going to let it go.
Kind of looks like Bitcoin. Like if you go like this, you guys remember Bitcoin in 2018 before it capitulated? That's what this kind of looks like. So what if it capitulates down to 375? That's kind of like even like the same numbers that Bitcoin had. 375 goes down from 10,000 to, 3,800, 3,500.
New all-time high.
What if it does like another bump and run right here? Yo, that would be so silly if it does the same thing Bitcoin did. No, it looks a lot like it though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Except it hit the numbers.
But it's not going to hit this.
The numbers are completely different. All right, guys. That's it for us today. We'll see you later. We love you guys. We're about to get out of full screen mode here, and we'll see you in photo booth. All right, guys. That was another episode. Thank you so much. Tune in next time. We're gonna try to do this once a week. It's just basically our ideas and our views on whatever the hell it is that we feel like talking about that day. We'll try to go over one shitcoin, one pump and dump stock,
shitcoin,
BTC, ETH, silver, gold, SPY, Apple, Facebook, general state of the market, small caps, large caps, pretty much what we're feeling that day. Hopefully that covers most of it. Jared, you got anything to say?
Yeah, take it easy, you guys. Keep living in the free world while it's free. Buy some Bitcoin.
Peace out, guys.